Hello everybody. So I'd just like to introduce you to Dr. Richard Allen Miller. You've probably seen me have a few interviews with this older gentleman with a crazy hat. Well, his name's Dr. Miller, and he's an amazing man who has amazing credentials and achievements in the fields of science, metaphysics, agriculture. He's a physicist, author, polymath, and he's written a lot of books. He also has 4 doctorates. He's a doctorate of philosophy in physics, a doctor of philosophy in metaphysics, doctor of divinity, and a doctor of science in agriculture. The doc also has a master of science in solid state physics and a bachelor of science in physics. He's also a high-level initiate of several esoteric lodges and traditions, and has been involved in many top-secret experiments and projects. He's truly fascinating, and I'm just so happy that I have the pleasure to chat to the doc.
All right, I'm a physicist, retired. My life had been orchestrated since I was in high school by Navy intelligence, and I was like a draft pick or one of those kind of guys. And I had no clue. I didn't even discover that until 1970 when I was working for SEAL Corporation, and I was at Boeing when they first contacted me. I had a handler, had top secret clearance, vault permits. And basically worked 5 years, almost 4.5 years working with SEAL Corporation out of Amherst, which was a precursor to the Navy SEALs. They were out of Amherst, and what they charged me to do was to come up with some toys, protocols that would turn certain selected groups of Navy into Supermen. And I proceeded to do that, with drugs and rock and roll. And out of anesthesiology, I worked out of anesthesiology. And I did so well that I trained the first 3 SEAL units and then a bunch of astronauts. And then from there, they moved me into the Pentagon, where I worked under Dr. Carl Schleicher, one that everybody affectionately knows as the Smoking Man. And for the next 6.5 years, I was basically lead physicist. I was Northwest Regional Director of MRU, which was the front door, Mankind Research Unlimited. And Dr. Wilbur Franklin, I worked out of Seattle. Dr. Wilbur Franklin, my counterpart, was out of Kent State, worked out of the University of Chicago, and Dr. Carl Schleicher then was in Washington, D.C. And so anything that was weird on the West Coast was my bailiwick. I had some 200 individuals I could draw from in resources, from forensics or whatever, when I would go in to solve something. And I worked out of Stanford Research Institute. I worked out of Livermore, Oregon, China Lake, and the Boeing Scientific Research Laboratories. My Oak-Publishing is an artifact from that period, which was an original think tank that I put together for the Boeing company with Battelle and Douglas United Nuclear and several others. That about covers it.